Hello there. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Julie. This is a live stream. Yeah, that'll have to do. I have to have you guys on the charging thing. Apologies. So that's why we're looking like this, facing this way. All right. So I did have to, I had to, hold on. God, what was I going to say? I had to not post or not go live yesterday and the day before. Hello, Manuela. Hi, Rita. And if you didn't see my journal video that I put up yesterday, whenever it was. Anyway, yeah, it was because, oh, hi, Kristen. So we had my grandmother-in-law's funeral on Friday, and it was a lovely service. It was beautiful. But that morning, hi, Laura, before the funeral, I did get word that my own grandma was actively dying. And it messed me up pretty good. It was pretty upsetting. And then we had my niece's wedding yesterday, and that was, nearly an all-day affair. And so, hi, Vicky. Oh, yes, I will go ahead and set it to subscribers only. Thank you. So, I just was not, I thought for sure I would be able to live stream and that I could handle it. But I couldn't. Hi, Pamela. But now we are back. We are live streaming. And I will, after this live stream, I'm going to go be with my mom and her parents. Oh, let me turn this off. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, it was a lot, Kristen. It's been a lot. It is a lot. But I am going to go be with my mom and her parents after we live stream. So I don't know how long we're going to live stream. I've also, because of course, been having an IBS day, what with traveling, all these events, having to take pain medicine while traveling, like coming home. My guts have been a disaster. And then with the stress and everything, it's been a circus in the bathroom. So we'll see how this goes. But I did want to get back on track with live streaming. And I hope to hit another, 31 day streak this time around. But also, remains to be seen, because though my own grandmother is actively dying right now, we don't know how long that can take and what that will take. So my grandmother-in-law, rest in peace, she had gone septic, and then it took 2 weeks of pain and discomfort, horrific pain, so much pain and misery until she did finally pass. And so my grandma, yes, she is septic, and her organs are working on shutting down the factory. It could take weeks. What we've been told is days, but that's what was said for my grandmother-in-law as well. And so death does its own thing on its own timeline. Sorry for the fan noise. It does its own thing. And we are just, along for the ride, along for the show. So depending on how everything goes with my grandma's journey, that's going to determine kind of what I'm doing here. But I do have in my head the thought that busy is probably the way to go right now, because I do want to be there for my mom. Coffee helps a lot. I want to be there for my mom. I want to be there for my grandpa. He is, I believe, 93 or 94. I think he's 94 years old. My grandma's 89. And I want to be there for them. And so my own processing and grief and all those things, I guess I just don't have all the time and energy for that right now. I will, sort it all out. You got to deal with it. You can't just put stuff away because it will show up eventually. Grief has to be dealt with, not always, in one big chunk. But it does have to be dealt with. And I know that. So, but knowing myself and how this, is probably going to go, I do think that staying busy is a great idea. I do have a lot of gardening to do, and the weather, hallelujah, has finally turned. Let's hope it stays that way. Has finally turned towards fall. I'm thinking I might treat myself to one of my favorite fall candles. I wasn't going to do that till next month, but with everything going on, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And lots of time in the gardens. Lots of time working on my garden projects. And then I also have plans for our big channel, the Frugal Family. I have some really fun plans for that that I do want to discuss with all of you, because I'm pretty excited about it. And it's staying busy. Hi, Phyllis. Kitty is outside. Thank you, Vicky. Kristen, thank you. Laura, Manuela, Pamela, Rita. I appreciate it so much. As I have said so many times, I have my own selfish reasons for pulling myself together enough to live stream. And you guys give me so much strength, and I appreciate it. I know everyone's going through stuff. And most of the time we don't know about what people are going through. And I am also choosy about what I put out here, because privacy reasons and, when it's not only my story, okay? But also because it's smart to not put everything out. I do put a lot, but not everything. I like to keep some things, to myself, or just, here. Thank you, Rita. I appreciate you. But there have been a couple other things. They'll be okay. It's going to be okay. But we've had some other little situations with a couple of my kids, and mental health struggles. And that's all I'm going to say about that, except that we're all okay. Everyone's okay. It's been a very stressful time for everyone, including my children. They've seen a lot of death, unfortunately, in our family and extended family, situation. And it's been rough. And so, you just keep doing the best that you can. You drink a lot of coffee, or whatever it is that works for you. You put one foot in front of the other. And in my case, you try to stay busy. Now, I have tomorrow I have my chiropractic and therapeutic massage appointment. And then I'm going to go pick up my resized engagement ring. Oh, I would love a thumbs up. Thank you, Manuela. Yeah, a thumbs up would mean a lot. It always means a lot, but right now it would mean a hell of a lot. But I'm finally going to go pick up my ring. It was ready. We got a notice that it was ready as we were already halfway on our halfway to our first destination on our recent anniversary road trip. So I'm going to go to my therapeutic massage, my chiropractic, then go pick up my ring, then swing by the P.O. box, and then go to my sports medicine doctor, and we will be doing the ultrasound guided wet needling on my hips again. And so because of that, I won't be able to be as busy as I would like in certain ways. Like physically, I might not be able to do a whole lot that I want to do, but I can stay busy in other ways. And I have several script writing situations that I need to work on, put that degree to some use here, and work on videos for here and for the Frugal Family. Oh, Phyllis, cheers. Laura, thank you for that. Yeah. Let's be YouTube friends. We can all use some more good friends, huh? So sorry for all the, with seasons changing and just being back in Utah. I'm also, again, behind on my monthly Xolair immunosuppressant injections because it's been a year since the insurance approved 12 months of the injections. And so now, in fact, I'm going to call tomorrow and see if the approval has finally gone through. We had to do the approval process all over again. But unfortunately, I didn't realize it was needing to be done until it was time for my next round of injections. And so we'll be behind a couple of weeks. So I am using steroids as necessary and just, doing the best that I can. Hi, Shatika. But apologies for the coughing and the sniffling and the whatever. I'm not sick that I know of. It's just, I have severe allergies. People, a lot of times I'll get things like, you need to take some Benadryl. Oh, my darlings, my loves, we are like a million miles from Benadryl. I take immunosuppressants injections every month that suppress your immune system, that freaking suppress your immune system. They're classified as chemotherapy drugs when it comes to billing. So it's just one of those things, I got brown eyes and short legs and severe allergies. We all just have our own, thing. But I do apologize for the coughing and the allergy symptoms. So I will obviously, of course, let you all know when the time does come. I mean, my grandma's a stubborn woman. Everyone says I'm a lot like her. Hoping to keep the good and let go of the bad, doing my best, have been for a long time. But I know I've mentioned on here that my relationship with my grandmother, with my mother, they're complicated relationships. Oh, Vicky, me too, my love. Me too. So there's a lot of complicated feelings. And anyway, so this could drag out. But I'll let you know when it's over. Like I said, when we're done here, I will be going to be with my grandparents and my mom. Just as I did with the wedding last night, I will also be bringing some um, alcoholic courage with me, because I don't know. You tell me in the comments if you want to, if you've seen what it looks like when people are dying from illness, from old age, or whatever. Have you seen what it looks like when people are dying? Have you been there in an active dying and ultimately death situation? Have you experienced that? You don't have to tell me, but if you want to, it's, you know, we have this community here and we share and we talk, and this is a safe little YouTube place where we can discuss that kind of shit together. Oh, Vicky, my God, I don't know how you... I don't know. I wonder if it's any different, any easier, when it's not someone that you love or that's your family. I don't know. Because the deaths that I've been a part of have all been family. Well, that I've been, you know, seen it, watched it, experienced it. I've lost plenty of friends and, you know, all of that. But as far as actually witnessing death and dying, it's not pretty. And for my own grandmother, without going too much into all of it, you know, for privacy and respect and all that, it's messy. She's ended up with some complications and situations that are incredibly unpleasant. People like to talk about, especially in like obituaries and shit like that. They love to say, and I was talking to my mother-in-law about this yesterday at the wedding. We had a really good conversation. We don't get along on everything or agree on everything, but I got really lucky with my mother-in-law. There's also been work. We've had to work, you know, but I got really lucky. But the idea that people say, you know, Sally passed away peacefully, surrounded by family and love. That that's bullshit. Don't you love in the movies when they just close their eyes and they're gone? That's not real. Can that happen? Sure. I'm sure it can. But that's very rarely the situation. When it's a death from an illness, old age, things like that, when organs are shutting down and stuff like that, it is horrific. Pamela, you know what I'm talking about. Rita, you know. Vicky, you know. Laura, you know. It can be really ugly, traumatic, beyond the fact that someone you love is dying, is no longer going to be with you. That's traumatic on its own, obviously. But the actually watching people that are actively dying and then, you know, finally dying, takes so much out of you, or can take so much out of you. Oh, Laura, let it all out. Let it all out, my love. That's what we do here. And notice I didn't put on any makeup. The interesting thing, I've thought about this, and I want to do a scripted video about it, but we are very far here in America, North America, United States, very far removed from death. Yeah, sometimes we'll be with a family member um, when they die, but then in comes the funeral people, and they, you know, load them up, take them away, and then pump them full of chemicals and put makeup on that they never wore and glue their mouth shut. Um, it didn't used to be that way. And in a lot of places, it's not that way. Um, used to be you would lay them out and have a wake, lay them out on a table, something like that, and surround them with flowers, and you'd light candles, and you'd stay awake all night, hence awake. And friends and neighbors and family would come and go. Some would stay with you throughout your vigil, others just coming and going. We don't do that anymore. Not here. Oh, Pamela, absolutely. The last words that my dad spoke were to me. And I had said, I love you. And he said, I love you. And it's a gift. So we're very removed from death and dying and the after effects and what happens to the body when it's done dying. Hi, Lab. Thanks for being here, Lab. We don't generally here tend to our loved ones' bodies when they're all done. We have someone come and take them away, and they do all of it for us. We don't see it. Oh, Laura, I appreciate that. But at least we get to be here together. And I think that is not necessarily healthy, that we are so far removed from death and dying. And I really wonder, like, if we would have as much fear of death, and I don't know what it would be like if we still had that closeness with death and dying that used to be the way it was and still is in some places. I wonder. Gratefully, I don't see death and dying every day. I'm so grateful for that. And I realize how incredibly fortunate I am to not have death around me all the time. The horrors of what is going on in the world right now. God. I don't even know where I'm going with all this. I'm just thinking out loud. Hope that's all right. Death is ugly. Death is gross. Death stinks, smells awful. And especially if you're the one tending to the body, or it takes a while for the funeral people to come and collect your person. I know there's people that deal with it all day, every day. Hospice workers and, people in the ICU and long-term care facilities and all that. I wonder if it gets easier. I don't want to get to a point where it gets easier. I don't ever want to be there, because then that means you're dealing with it all the time, You got to have the right people for that kind of job. So I'm not excited about getting my needling done on my hip tomorrow, but in a way I am, because that means I'll take pain medicine for a day or two and be able to kind of detach a little bit from what I'll see today. When you see someone that has been a firecracker their whole life, blazing trails and burning down houses, not literally, but my grandma, hi Holly, my grandma, she has always been a force. Sometimes a good thing, many times not so much. Like I said, it's complicated. To see someone, even with all the struggles we've had in our relationship, to see someone that has been so vibrant and forceful, to see them kind of wither away. In my grandma's case, to stop dieting. She's been on a diet her entire life. And it's only been in the last 2 months. She's 89. It's only been in the last 2 months that she stopped dieting. Really just when her mind started, getting ready to die. But to see someone like that has always been such a force to love, a force to fight with, a force to avoid, to see them wither away and become helpless and lose that essence of who they are or were. Someone so prideful, not always in a bad way, but a proud woman who, even for all of her faults, did live a life of service to others. Just seeing someone deteriorate. Same with my daddy, rest in peace. Watching him deteriorate. These forces, these people in our lives. It's bizarre and it's painful and it's unsettling to see them wither. Physically, mentally, emotionally, all of it. To not be able to speak anymore, other than a word or two, after being someone that never held their tongue, ever. It's my grandma. Seeing that is really upsetting. I'm sure plenty of you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm just rambling. This is just my thoughts. And just trying to talk it out and prepare myself mentally and emotionally to go spend the rest of the day with them. It's like, I want to be there to be supportive, and possibly a bit of a distraction. We're going to do a puzzle together, my mom, my grandpa, and I, as we're able to, but I really wish that I could have in my mind to have my memory of my grandma just be that very forceful, silver-tongued Monster of a woman that she could sometimes be. I would love to have that as my memory of her. But that's not the case, because I have been over to visit several times, as in her current, well, not exactly current condition now, but as things have been going south. And it's one of those things you just have to process. You got to work through. But like I was saying, for the time being, my my plan is to stay busy. The gardens, there's so much to do. We have a family camping trip coming up with my husband's family again, but this is with his extended family, whereas last time was just, you know, his siblings, his parents, and all the spouses and kids. This one is with extended family on my husband's side. Now, this, of course, you know, depends on how things go with my grandma between now and then. Because obviously, if it's over before then, I do not see myself going on a camping trip. Although maybe I should. It's just hard to, like last night at the wedding, that was hard. You want to socialize. There's a lot of family that you don't see very often. You want to be happy for your niece and her husband and all those things. But you're also like falling apart inside and don't want to be a downer for everyone else. So if it does end before the camping trip, yeah, I don't expect I'll go. But yeah, there's a lot to do in the yard. And that'll keep me busy. Even with getting the needling done tomorrow. A couple days after that, I should be able to, you know, do the yard work gently. But I also have plans. I have so many plans. I'm working on some scripting for some videos on the Frugal Family and a little bit for here. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Hello, Victoria. Thanks for being here. That's wonderful. Victoria, that's wonderful. Lab, I appreciate it. And that's the thing, Holly. I almost called you Polly. Now that I'm in a place where I have made peace with the complicated relationship that I've had with my grandmother and grandfather by association, and with her entire family. There have been some tricky things over the years, but I did make peace with it, and have been ready for her to die. But she's so damn stubborn, and I don't know how long it'll take. But because I've made that peace, I really thought incorrectly that maybe this wouldn't be so difficult for me. And yet it is. Surprise! I didn't think it, yeah. We're gonna need more coffee. Relationships, family relationships are so complicated sometimes and tricky. And if you're lucky, there's love there. But guaranteed, there's other stuff too. My oldest brother and I were talking about it a month or two ago, I don't know. And he summed it up pretty well. He said, yeah, there's, those issues with grandma, but she did the best she could with what she knew and what she had. And I agree. She came from a long line of spiteful, vindictive women with lots of issues. And she tried to do better than her mom. And my mom tried to do better than her mom. And I'll try to do better than my mom, But none of us gets out unscathed. It takes generations to stop cycles. And to have, healing. I didn't think I would be this upset. I didn't think it would hurt this much. I think a lot of it is the finality of it. That then it's over. And you're left with what you have. The good, the bad, everything in between. I didn't think it would be this upsetting for me. I really didn't. There were some horrible times in our relationship. So I thought, maybe this won't be so bad. But because of the many good things, generous, kind, loving things, I think that is why it's so hard. It's also because I worry about my mom and how she's going to deal with it. My grandpa. Yeah. Thank you, Holly. I really appreciate that. And that is the cruelest part of it all, isn't it? That someone that you love, you care about, whatever, they die. And the sun still comes out the next morning, still comes up. And the world keeps on turning, and everyone around you is still just living their life. And the world doesn't stop for any of us. And that sucks. Oh, Holly, thank you for that. I do love me some virtual hugs. I did so much hugging yesterday, my God. And as Rita can attest, my hugs are obnoxious, squishy, tight. I am never the first person to let go. Well, not normally anyway. Not often. Thank you, Lab. So, shifting gears just a little bit. So my plans for here, I have a few coffee creamers to review. And I'm working on a couple of scripts for some Ask Mama videos. And a couple of product reviews, which will be good to do while I'm recovering from tomorrow's procedure. And then on the Frugal Family, I have an idea that I think is going to be fun. Doing some commentary through the lens of a professional dumpster diver. For those that don't know what commentary videos are, it's like, you know, we look at some content that other people have put up, and then talk about it, and then bring my own experiences as a dumpster diver, as a mom, as a wife, as a woman, and give my thoughts on it, and also show the reality with clips from my own dumpster diving, give kind of a full picture of how awful these massive overconsumption trends are affecting us and the earth. And for instance, so right now, you know, everyone's going back to college, going back to school. And so the first one that I'm working on will be back to college. And in there, I will include experiences and video from our many years of college student housing dumpster diving. And so that people see where it all ends up, you know. And then I'm also working on the back to school one, because people have gotten loony. They've gotten crazy, especially like on TikTok and Instagram, and you know, the influencer types. And the stuff they're doing is ridiculous. And I'm thinking, in this economy, how are you doing this in this economy, and why? Your dorm room is not meant to look like the Palace of Versailles. You know what I mean? It's obnoxious. And then these back to school hauls that people are doing for their kids or themselves or whatever, it's madness. And the other thing is, a lot of it is fake. A lot of times, people will buy a bunch of stuff, do a video of it, and then they go return it all. But the damage is already done. They've already influenced people to go and consume. And anyway, so those are what I'm working on for the Frugal Family, and then the things that I'm going to be doing here. And then, of course, live streaming. And like I was saying, I want to, you know, having taken 2 days off from live streaming. Hi, Judy. Yeah, I would like to continue our daily live streaming. But as I said earlier, it's going to be determined, of course, by how things go with my grandma and how long it takes for this process to be over. And also dependent on how I respond to all of it, because already it's not going as I had anticipated. So we may end up having some weed or alcohol assisted live streams here. I don't drink that often. I really don't, but it can be medicinal sometimes. Oh, lab. Absolutely. One of these years. So we'll see how it goes. I still want to do Menopause Monday tomorrow. I'm not sure yet what we'll talk about in that kind of umbrella. But maybe, I don't know, hot flashes. I don't know. Oh yeah, Pamela, I've had that Reese's creamer. It's terrible. Terrible. I don't like that one. I don't care much for the Snickers or the Hershey. Yeah, I don't care for those. Hello, Malutube or Molotube. So so I do have plans to stay busy. Physically, after I recover from tomorrow's procedure, and then writing and scripting and putting my face on and doing some recording for these videos that I want to do. I also have Oh, Malutube. Oh God, struggling with IBS. It depends. Um, is it more constipation or diarrhea? Or do you experience both? Because if you experience one more than the other, then it's going to be different different guidance. But the best thing that you can do is figure out what foods or triggers are the issue. So I highly recommend an elimination diet, which just means you go really bland. You go down to like only a couple of kinds of foods for a couple of weeks, and then you start adding other foods back in and seeing how it goes. But you got to do that under the guidance of a doctor. So Halloween and Disney. Well, Holly, we were just watching Beauty and the Beast. God, I love that movie. It's so good. I'm going to also work on the front porch, getting it ready for Halloween. I've mentioned that I'm not going to do a big front yard display this year, but I am going to have stuff going on the porch, and then I'll have lights, things like that in the yard, because I want to be able to get to my gardens and be able to work on them and see them and enjoy them this time. But this week, once I'm healed enough from tomorrow's procedure, then I'm going to do a deep clean of the porch. I'll probably bring you along for that. That way I can begin figuring out exactly what I'm going to do there. Leaning towards pirate themed stuff. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Speaking of Disney, only because you brought it up, not me. My sister, who's actually in Amsterdam right now. The other day she was in Sweden, now she's in Amsterdam. Malu, I think Super Chat is on. I don't know. Let me look. Are you a subscriber? Malotube? Are you a subscriber? Maybe you just have to be subscribed. I don't know. Sorry. I wish I knew. Because it shows it for me. It shows that it's available. I don't know if anyone else has any knowledge on this. Yeah, because on my end, it shows it as available. So I apologize if that's not working. But I absolutely appreciate the thought very much. So Halloween, yeah, so I need to clean off the porch. I'm thinking like a pirate's quarters or pirate captain's quarters, something like that. I don't know. And yesterday, I watched Trick or Treat. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. It's so ridiculous. And so I watched that yesterday, and that was awesome. And then today, we finally have fall weather happening. And so I think I am going to splurge and get my favorite Walmart Mainstays fall candle. I think I'm going to. I think so. And then mostly just work in the yard to get that ready for Halloween, because I've made this deal with myself that I'm not even going to go into the Halloween shed until I have gotten everything done in the front yard. As far as the soil and the weeding and the that kind of thing. So that's got to be my main priority, even though I'm not going to do a whole hell of a lot in the front yard for Halloween. But I need to have these like requirements for myself, that you can't do this till that's done, and then I'm more likely to actually get shit done. You know what I mean? Work's got to happen first. Well, before the other work can happen. My rewards for working are generally more work. But it's different work. It's different work. It's fun work and happy work and spooky work. So kind of the plan at this point is, hold on, is, God, what the hell was I even saying? I don't know. The plan is to stay busy. The plan is to stay busy, to have lots of coffee, to carry a flask for medicinal use, and yeah, exactly, lab, pleasurable work, stuff I really enjoy. I do have a couple of, now this, I don't know if this falls into the same place as my requirement for finishing the front gardens before I can decorate for Halloween, because I am going to have some downtime because of recovering and stuff. And so I have a few crafting ideas and crafting upcycling ideas that I want to do of some Halloween type things. But honestly, I don't know. I don't think I will do that yet because I need to get scripting done and recording done and editing done on a million other things, videos and stuff that need doing. So, but you know, when the weather finally turns, as it has, hallelujah, here in Utah, you know, you start getting that kind of, you start getting that kind of itch to craft and decorate and get spooky, stuff like that. But I think I will settle for my candle that I'm going to get. I would tell you which one it is, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I wish I could pull up my Walmart app while we're live streaming, but because I've bought this candle a zillion times. Anyway, whatever it is, I'll let you know. But I'm also going to get some more mums and asters for the gardens. So that's something I can do, is go and get some plants. I always enjoy that. And that is you know, those are fall flowers, so that gives a fall feeling. And then plus just watching, you know, a bunch of my favorite spooky movies and trying out a couple of new ones and drinking a lot of coffee and talking to you guys. You know what else helps a lot? Sorry, this is my grown-up channel, but having a lot of sex. It really helps a lot. It releases like so many endorphins and healing energy, and, you know, helps a lot. So let's add that to the list. And it's good for the relationship too. Malutube, do I believe in aliens? Not as we believe that they are, not as we like have pictured them, but it would be incredibly, like, I think ignorant or naive at least to try to say that we are the only ones in the entire universe. That's just silly. That's a good idea, Holly. That's a really good idea. We are going to work on a puzzle this afternoon when I'm with my mom and her parents. And maybe it's time I bust out a couple of puzzles. Oh, Jen, my darling, sweet Jen. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to get through it. Like, the worst part of this is that we don't know how long it's going to take. Like I said, my grandma is septic, but so was my grandmother-in-law. And she was in that state for 2 weeks. 2 miserable, horrific weeks. And I hope that's not the case for my grandma. But like I was saying earlier, she's just a stubborn old thing that would for sure drag it out. Just as a final, I don't know. I'm not going to say that, but thank you. So, yeah, that's, we'll do some of that. We'll do some puzzles, puzzles and Legos. Legos are always a good idea. Well, depending on how my hands are doing, but my hands are doing okay today. But I think you're right. Yeah. Puzzles, Legos, coffee, my favorite Disney movies, but also spooky ones. I have a new one that I downloaded that I need to watch called Moon Garden, I think is what it is. It's a spooky one. And then, of course, you know, I can start in on all my others, like The Witches, Birds, Rear View Mirror, you know, I can, all of that. Hell House LLC, only the first one. Train to Busan, I actually watched that the other day. That's one I can watch over and over. Yeah, that's the plan, guys. Oh, and doing my nails. Jesus God, look at how awful they look. Ugh. Yes. That is a wonderful idea, Lab. That is a fantastic idea. After, well, you'd have to wait till after, probably like Wednesday. Probably Wednesday, because I've got to finish pulling weeds and putting dirt in, you know, soil. And so that would just destroy my nails. So I'm going to plan on Wednesday. Either repainting them or popping some clip on, Jesus, some fake nails. Oh, Jesus, Holly, you're gonna I have no interest myself in the Winnie the Pooh, what is it, blood and honey, something like that. I've watched like recaps of it and reviews and, you know, stuff like that, but it's just not for me. Not for my Winnie the Pooh. And then like the one they did with Steamboat Willie, that version of Mickey Mouse. Haven't watched that either. No desire to. But let me know how it goes. Let me know. I would love to get your thoughts on that. No, Malutube. I'm in the U.S. I am in the U.S. Born and raised in California. Lived most of my teenage years here in Utah. Lived a little bit in Connecticut, and now back in Utah. But I have been told a few times that I have something of an accent. It's a bit of a mess when you've, you know, lived in a lot of different places and come from a mixed race family with mixed languages and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Disney, I knew there was something I had forgotten. So my sister, that's what I was saying. My sister, who is in Amsterdam right now, amazing. She will be down at Disneyland a little bit in the Halloween season. And she has obviously invited me to join her. I cannot afford that at all. We are still using just one car right now because of the van, rest in peace. And Lulu, my Olivia, hasn't gotten a new car yet. They've gone car shopping a couple of times, but haven't picked anything yet. So I do need to focus. I need to be smart about expenditures. But it sure would be cool to run away to Disneyland, especially during Halloween. It's so much fun. But I am devoted to being responsible, mostly. I'm 44. It's time, you know? Oh, Malutube, I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know. We've got some people here from the UK. Problem is, I don't know if they've been to the US, and I've never been to the UK. What I will say, they do have universal health care. It's not great, but at least if you end up with, cancer and whatnot, it won't bankrupt you. So that's nice. I'm still paying off an ambulance ride from 2 years ago. That's America. Something I love about the UK, and that is one of my dreams to be a part of, are the gardens. And I understand things are changing, climate change, whatnot, and so it is affecting the UK significantly. I get that. But in my lifetime, hopefully, there will still be the gardens. All of the gardens. I'm not a fan of English food. I've not seen anything that I've been like bouncing up and down about. Because, well, and I haven't like tried a whole heck of a lot of things. But yeah, nothing's impressed me that I have had. But I do love the idea of afternoon tea, but with coffee. I love the idea of those like tiered tray things that have all the little tiny cakes and cookies and whatever. I love that. I love the accents. I love some of the pomp and circumstance, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we could say, like, it's a little too broad of a question to say which one is better. Oh, absolutely, Holly. We will do it. We will. I don't know when. Like I said, we got to get the car. Got to do that first. But yes. Oh, yes. Absolutely. We will have some delicious coffee and scones. Oh, my goodness. Yes, Holly. Yes. My mom made some scones the other week, and they were so good. Oh, Pamela. Oh, my God. Scotland accent and men in kilts. I do love a good American cowboy. Dressed just right. Yeah, Jen, absolutely. Oh, my God. That is like a dream. A dream. I've said many times that I was meant to be British. I'm very proud to be a Mexican American. I love that I am who I am, but I do think I was meant to be British. Other than the fact that you guys just don't have any good coffee creamers, is what everyone has told me. So that's tricky. Deal, Holly. Deal. Absolutely. Deal. Yes. Oh, God. Yeah. The coffee creamer, though, that's a big issue. That's I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it's tricky. And it's not the kind of thing that they'll let me pack in my suitcase. I don't know. Actually, maybe they would. No, I'm sure they wouldn't. You guys just need to get coffee creamer, good coffee creamer over there. You know what I mean? You just need to. For me, for all of you, but for me. Yeah. Malutube, if you are into coffee, this is the right place to be. This is the place to be. Anyway, my darlings, I'm going to go do a little bit of meditation. Just like some kind of zzz for peace, kind of get myself, in a good place. Yes, I'm going to get some more coffee and then head over and be with my mom and her parents. Wish me luck, please. It'll be good. I'll get through it. But, that's real life, guys. It's just real life. Anyway, All right. Well, have a beautiful day. Be well, be safe. And thank you, Judy. Jen, stop it. That Jen, she's notorious. She is notorious. Coming in with a 2 pounds, a little angel and some hearts saying our earth angel. Stop it. Do you know that song? Earth Angel? Look it up as soon as we're done here, which will be in just a minute. Look up Earth Angel, the original recording of it. Oh my God. Oh, I love that song. I haven't listened to that in forever. I'm going to do that today. I'll do that while I'm meditating. Jen, thank you so much. I sure appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. All of you. I appreciate you so much. I'll let you know how it goes. And unless it all ends today, I can foresee us getting together right here tomorrow. But I'll probably be on pain meds. So hopefully you don't mind that. You know? Hopefully you don't mind. It'll be a little bit of another loopy live stream. I'm totally stalling. I am stalling. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Thanks, Judy. I like me loopy too sometimes. I really don't want to go. I really don't want to go. I'll take that into consideration, Holly. Oh, God, I don't want to go. I'm going to. Yeah, exactly. I just got to go do it. I just got to go do it. Jump in the deep end, you know? Okay. All right. Yeah. Got to go do some meditation. That will help a lot. Just get kind of, you know? Oh, all right. Okay, all right. God. Thank you. Thank you, Malu. Thank you, Lab. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Holly. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay?